Can you kill a man when you have to? Yes, I can. If there's no ref, the ref doesn't stop it, I'm not stopping.
He's got excellent jiu-jitsu skills. He tapped out an entire black belt Gracie team one after the other. He's got knockout power and he's got the cardio as well these days, ever since he got the nose job, okay? So the man's cooking with gas, he's firing on all cylinders, and he can't wait to go head to head with Khamzat Chimaev.
He can wrestle, he's got very good jiu-jitsu, he hits and hard, and he's a big, durable dude. But I don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle with that guy.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down the monumental middleweight title fight looming at UFC 319. The countdown is on, and former champion Dricus Du Plessis has already issued a stern warning to the undefeated Khamzat Chimaev, promising to shatter his dream of capturing UFC gold. With his confidence at an all-time high, Du Plessis is poised to reclaim his title. Meanwhile, Chimaev is reportedly locked in and completely focused on his first shot at a UFC championship, leaving no stone unturned in his preparation for the biggest fight of his career. Diving deeper into the challenger's mindset, Dricus has been vocal about his strategy and his view of Chimaev's power. While he acknowledges Khamzat's strengths, he firmly states that Chimaev has never faced an opponent with his level of physicality and force. In a now famous analogy, he compared Chimaev's speed to a gun, but sees his own strength and durability as a tank, slower but overwhelmingly powerful and built for a brutal war. Du Plessis is convinced that no middleweight can overpower him and expects to take complete control of the fight as it moves past the first round.
The Khamzat fight's what I want. I want to take his, it's not even a doubt in my mind. Khamzat is a strong guy, but I know for a fact that he's never felt power like this. In this case, he hasn't gotten either tank when it comes to the strength. There's not a middleweight that's going to bow me. It's not going to happen. Once it goes past round 2, it's going to be smooth sailing.
This unshakable confidence isn't just coming from Dricus himself. His teammate Mark Hume recently issued a strong warning to anyone betting against him. Hume emphasized that Du Plessis is on a serious roll and believes people are going to be shocked by what he brings to the octagon. He pointed out DDP's undefeated UFC record and his history of winning as the underdog, suggesting that those who continue to doubt him might end up regretting it, especially if they put their money on Chimaev.
Let me tell you, that man is on a roll, bro. When he says you're going to be surprised, I believe you're going to be surprised.
What do you think of sort of the narratives of people maybe overlooking Dricus a little bit in this fight just because of what Chimaev's done?
Yeah, to that I would say be careful what you think, in the sense of, I mean, Dricus has not lost in the UFC once, right? He's not lost once. Every single time he's been the underdog. You know how much money people have made on Dricus Du Plessis. So, I mean, if people want to be stupid and put their money on a Chechnyan war, then do it. I'm gonna laugh at you afterwards.
This sentiment is echoed by UFC commentator Joe Rogan, who has described Dricus Du Plessis as legitimately frightening. Rogan highlights DDP's sheer size and his vastly improved conditioning as major advantages. But he also analyzed Dricus's unique and unorthodox stutter step movement, explaining that while it may look awkward, it is deceptively technical and makes him incredibly difficult for opponents to time. Rogan believes this distinct style gives Du Plessis a real, tangible edge inside the cage.
It's fucking scary. That's a guy who's so big for 85.
The way he looked against, I didn't give him a chance against Robert Whitaker, and boy was I wrong.
After he got a
He
DDP
got his nose done,
which
yeah.
I think, it's a big factor.
Yeah.
Being able to breathe out your nose.
If you can't breathe, you can't fight.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's Dricus looks awkward when you fight. He moves different, but that movement and that awkwardness makes him difficult to time. It's like his timing is off.
Yeah.
And if you don't have anybody that can imitate that kind of stutter step motion that he does, it's deceptively technical.
Yeah.
Deceptively.
it's his style.
That motherfucker's very good.
I seen
In another interview, Du Plessis offered his own analysis of Chimaev, giving him credit for his skills but also pointing out a perceived weakness in his resume. Dricus noted that outside of the Robert Whitaker fight, Chimaev hasn't really faced the division's top-tier talent. He stressed that their fight won't be a simple grappling match. He plans to engage in a full-blown MMA fight, testing Khamzat with a mix of wrestling, striking, and overall strategy. Dricus also made a point to mention that Chimaev never earned a title shot at welterweight, implying that a 5-round championship bout at middleweight is a massive step up in challenge.
Khamzat is an incredible fighter. Nobody has been able to beat him, but he hasn't fought anybody of note other than Robert Whitaker. That is it. This is not a grappling competition. I am not the best grappler or wrestler or striker. When we mix it all up, I am. That's why I have this. He couldn't even get a title at welterweight. Now he wants to come to middleweight. Great, let's go.
Interestingly, fighter Reinier de Ridder offered a counterintuitive take on fight preparation. He argued that getting ready for someone like Chimaev would actually be simpler than preparing for Du Plessis. He explained that Chimaev's style is more conventional, making it easier to find training partners who can mimic his wrestling-heavy approach. In stark contrast, he described Du Plessis' style as unpredictable and weird, which would make it much tougher to properly prepare for in the gym.
He would be like an easier guy to prepare for. Not that he is an easier fight, but he is more of a typical style. I can bring a couple of Dagestanis and a couple Chechens in who wrestle pretty similar to Khamzat. Mm-hmm. He boxes pretty cleanly, boxing style. So yeah, that is not that spectacular. It's spectacular, but it's not that special in a sense that it's not as weird as Dricus is, you know. Mm-hmm. So it'll be harder to prepare for him, but he might, if he wins, he might be the bigger name. But in my mind, I'm fighting both those guys in the next 6 to 9 months anyway.
Former champion Michael Bisping weighed in on Thomas's concerns, agreeing that champions absolutely need to stay active. He pointed to fighters like Israel Adesanya and Anderson Silva, who built their legacies by consistently defending their belts against all comers. While Bisping does believe Chimaev has the right mindset to fight anyone, he admitted that getting past a durable challenger like Du Plessis will be an extremely difficult task.
Would it be a disaster if Khamzat Chimaev wins? That's what Dean Thomas said. I kind of get his point, because we do want to have a busy champion, okay? You gotta fight. You can't sit on the sidelines. You can't become the champion and say, right, I'm going to avoid fighting people now. No, you got to defend it, because when you defend it, that's when you make money. That's how you build your brand. That's how you get the endorsement deals, okay? Look at Israel Adesanya. When that man was the champion, he was defending the belt at a crazy pace, okay? That's why you got to have respect for champions like Israel Adesanya and Anderson Silva back in the day, because they were ready to take on absolutely anybody. Khamzat Chimaev, I think he's ready to take on everybody. He wants to kill everybody. Kill everybody! That's what he said right from day one. And I think if he can beat Dricus, and that's a big if. It's a very big if, okay?
But Din Thomas went even further, stating that he believes Dricus Du Plessis has what it takes to beat Khamzat Chimaev. He used a powerful analogy, comparing Chimaev to a sprinter, exceptionally dangerous early on but completely untested over a 5-round marathon. Thomas views Du Plessis as the more durable and smarter fighter, one who can survive the initial onslaught and take control as the fight enters deeper waters.
You think Dricus beats Khamzat?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I do. I really do. I think Khamzat is a sprinter. I think if you were to make fights 1 5-minute round, Khamzat beats anybody in the world, any weight class. But you can't fight championship level fights for 5 rounds at the pace where he's at his best. If he fights like that at his best, I think Dricus is so durable and he's so smart that he'll be able to withstand that. Now they're swimming in deep water, and Khamzat can't swim that deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thomas continued his analysis by explaining why the later rounds would heavily favor Du Plessis. He thinks Chimaev will run into serious trouble once he realizes that Dricus simply won't back down. Even if Chimaev tries to pace himself, Thomas believes Du Plessis will just pour on more pressure. He explained that true cardio comes from skillful energy management, which is made possible by a complete, well-rounded game, an area where he gives the advantage to DDP.
It just goes into the championship rounds and he figures them out.
Yeah. I think that by the 3rd round, Khamzat's like, all right, I don't really know. I can't, this guy's not going away. Wow. And also too, is if Khamzat does, let's say he does pace himself a little better, Dricus will just pour it on him.
Right.
So I think that pacing is a big factor. We always talk about this cardio thing, but cardio is really just being able to manage whatever pace you have based on the skill set you have. That's really what it comes down to. Like if you have a very limited skill set and you're forced to be in situations that you're not comfortable in, you're going to have bad cardio. But when you have a very well-rounded skill set and you can pace yourself better, you can have good cardio. So, I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Michael Bisping also offered his take on the strategic elements of the fight, noting that Du Plessis is a big, strong fighter who is not easy to take down. he believes the smartest approach for Dricus is to meet Chimaev head-on. Bisping argued that you can't run from a predator like Khamzat, who will inevitably get a hold of you. Therefore, the best path forward is to fight him at his own game, make him work for everything, and try to put him on the back foot.
Now, Dricus is a big dude. He's not going to be easy to take down. Dricus is going to play him at his own game, and that's exactly what he's got to do. You can't run away from Khamzat Chimaev, okay? The man's going to get you. He's going to get a hold of you, and he's going to try and take you down, and he's probably going to be successful. So what do? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to meet him head on. You're going to fight him at his own game, and that's exactly what Dricus Du Plessis said that he's going to do. He will get a hold of you, and he probably will take you down. So meet him head on. Make him work for it. The best form of defense is attack. Put Khamzat Chimaev on the back foot.
Bisping also issued a direct warning to Chimaev, suggesting that if he expects an easy takedown and a quick submission, he might be in for a rude awakening. He pointed to Du Plessis' own strong grappling background, even recalling the story of him submitting an entire team of jiu-jitsu black belts. While Bisping praised Chimaev's dominant move to middleweight and his impressive win over Whitaker, he firmly believes Du Plessis' size, evolving skill set, and steady improvement make him a very serious threat.
Khamzat Chimaev thinks that he's going to go out there and just take down Dricus Du Plessis and just choke him out, right? Like he's some schmuck, like he doesn't know what he's doing, like he's not someone that choked out an entire black belt jiu-jitsu team one after the other. Then I think Khamzat Chimaev will be in for a rude awakening. Now, of course, since Khamzat Chimaev moved up to 185 pounds, he's looked phenomenal, okay? The way that he destroyed Robert Whitaker, that was so impressive.
So what are your thoughts on this incredible and intriguing matchup? Share your own opinions and predictions in the comment section below, and make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. We'll see you in the next video.